Good morning, everyone. So today we're looking at a video on how to find the hypotenuse of a triangle. So from our introduction lesson, we should know that the hypotenuse is the longest side of the triangle. It also sits opposite to the right angle symbol that's in the corner. So on your screen, you can see the example that we've got here. So we have a triangle that has two short sides that we've labeled A and B. And they're 12 centimeters and 5 centimeters. So using our Pythagoras theory formula, we can find out what the length is of C. So from your introduction, you should have seen this formula. So C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So once we've got that written down, we can substitute some numbers in. So we keep our C squared the same because we don't know what that is yet. But we do know what the value of A is. So if we look over at our diagram, A, the length of that is 12. So we keep it the same, so 12 squared plus, we do know what B is. So if we look over again at our diagram, B is equal to 5, so 5 squared. So now at the moment we've got C squared is equal to 12 squared plus 5 squared. So our next line will look like this. So C squared, so 12 squared, so 12 times 12 is 144 plus 5 squared. So 5 times 5 is 25. So our next line will look like we can now find C is equal to the square root of the sum of those two numbers. So 144 plus 25 will give us 169. Now, if you put that into your calculator, you might have to ask your teacher where to find the square root button if you're not sure. But if you put that in, so the square root of 169, your answer will be 13. We can then substitute and put 13 into our diagram. A way to check it is our hypotenuse should always be our longest side. So if this number here for C is not bigger than A and B, you've done something wrong. So go back and check it. All right, we'll go through another example together. Okay, so we've got another diagram up on the screen now, and this time we've got our A and B, and again we're still trying to find C. So if we use our Pythagoras formula, so C squared equals A squared plus B squared, and then we substitute in. So we keep the C squared, and we look over at our diagram, and the value for A is 8. So we have 8 squared plus B squared. So we look over again, our value for B is 6, so 6 squared. So our next line is just doing our timesing. So 8 squared, so 8 times 8 is 64, plus 6 squared, so 6 sixes are 36. And then this line, we are doing our square root to find the square root of the sum of those two numbers, which is 100. And C is equal to 10. So we can replace C with 10 up here, and we can do our check to make sure that C is the longest side. So 10 is the biggest number out of 8 and 6. So we've got that right.